Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you all doing? Welcome to my thoughts on the book. And today's book is You Tell, You Die by Mike Hunter, or Paperback Junkie, as some of you might know him. Now, this is a Hank Bradshaw Mystery. I think there's another book, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. You'll have to excuse the war paint. I have a rash. Okay, so, in our story, we follow Hank Bradshaw, the detective. He is sleeping in his office when a woman by the name of Elizabeth Masters comes in, and she wants to hire him to investigate her murder, or her future murder, if you will. Someone has been sending her death threats and almost killed her the day before. She wants him to investigate. So she invites him to her beach mansion, because from the description, that place is huge. So she invites him there, and she invites him there. He goes there, and there are all the people that are close to her, and she wants him to talk to them. Which one of you wants to get rid of me? And so they all sit around the table about to have dinner. And Elizabeth gets drunker and drunker and starts accusing a few. And then she dies, or kicks the bucket right there at the table. She just goes down and she's dead. And so now Hank Bradshaw has to investigate her actual murder. That was surprising. It happened so quickly. Oh, she's dead. I thought in this case she might actually not be dead. And so the investigation begins and shenanigans ensue. I loved this. This was really good. And I really, up until, even toward the end, I couldn't even tell who the killer was. I was like, maybe it's this one, maybe it's this one. I really couldn't tell. So this story apparently happens in the late 50s. I asked Mr. Junkie, I thought it was either the 70s or the 80s. I couldn't tell. Well, there was no iPhones and all that shit, but I just think it was an older time period because 200 and something dollars was a lot of money. So apparently this happens in the late 50s. So I love Hank Bradshaw. He's he's my kind of asshole, if you will. He's tough and he uses physical force. He's a really big guy, but he's not. He has more anger than he has cruelty. I mean, he does use force and he does threaten, but really, deep down, he's not such a bad guy. But he's still a cool asshole. Oh, and when the scenes in here. Oh, and also he's a chick magnet, apparently, too. A lot of girls want to sleep with him here. You really wouldn't believe. Also, honestly, I don't know if he could have existed as a real detective. I mean, shit, half the stuff he pulled here, he would have been in prison for, I don't know, 4 life sentences. I mean, they're not all that bad, but a lot of the stuff he pulled all together, wow, that that really would have put him in jail for a long time. But still, awesome. Also, the other characters were very nice as well. I did love how he ran around all day. You know, did I say he's a private detective? Did I say that? I didn't say that in the beginning, didn't I? So he's a private detective. He's friends with someone in the police, with the chief. It's called the chief. Yeah, he's well, it's sort of friends with the chief. It's like more they're on common ground than friends, and the other cops are being assholes to him, and he probably would be assholes to them. There's a gang in here. There's bullets. Anyway, and everything you need in the detective story. Naturally, sex too. So that was awesome. It would be interesting to go and visit in the late 50s, or that time period. I love those older time periods. Well, also he has also this man, Hank Bradshaw, seems to live on scotch, bacon, and camels or cigars. No, not cigars. Cigarettes. It seems to be his main fuel throughout the entire movie. Honestly, throughout reading this whole book, I constantly felt like having eggs and bacon throughout the entire book. But still. So this was awesome. This was a really nice detective story. I recommend if you like detective stories or you like tough guys even, I recommend you give this a read. It's really nice and it passes really quickly. Plus, I kind of like the cover. You know, it's all red. This is this is obviously not how the book actually looks. It's just I printed it out. My eyes seem to be unable to read on the computer more than a few minutes at a time, and so I didn't want it to take me forever, so I printed it out and did this monstrosity that you see before you. It's not very good, but it's okay. Next time I'm going to I'm going to do it better. I already know how. Okay, so that is it. I really recommend you give this book a try. I loved it. I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads. Yes, Goodreads. Gave it 4 stars. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. These were my thoughts. Till next time. Bye.